Alright guys, another little project in between a million other projects. This is my 05 Chevrolet pickup truck. It's got a 4.3 V6. Me and my brother, I bought this from my brother actually. He pulled the motor and regasketed it. So why do I got the oil pan off? I can't stand oil leaks for one. After me driving it about 40,000 miles, well, not 40,000, honestly maybe 4,000 miles, it was leaking real good right there underneath the timing cover. Right there where the crank sensor is. Okay, so I got a few tips. You take this little cross member out right here, and then oil pan comes right out with a lot of little wrenching, of course. But so you got this bolt, that one, of course, the same two over here, and which you can't see it, but in the bottom of the cross member there's a hole. And I was prying on it and figuring why I couldn't get it out, and that there's a bolt that goes up in here. I ain't got real good lighting or whatever. So, yeah, you take that cross member out, which that doesn't affect the steering or nothing like that. Of course, you want to put it back, but it doesn't throw your alignment out or anything. And the oil pan comes right out. Now, this is a two-wheel drive, 4.3, 2005 Chevrolet Silverado. Of course, there's a new word pan gasket. So what I've seen about the situation where they leak right there is this gasket that goes up in here for the timing cover. It actually needs to have RTV right here. Then the pan, I know you're not supposed, it says not to use RTV on a one-piece gasket, but yeah, you have to, or you'll be doing this again. So anybody putting a timing cover on needs to put RTV right there on both sides. Then put the one-piece or whatever cord gasket, whatever you decide to use. The one-piece is just the way to go, to be honest. Wouldn't do it in any other way. But yeah, I got bored and it's 30 degrees outside, nice. So I come out here and I was like, man, I'll fix the oil leak here on this truck. So that's what I'm doing. So hopefully if somebody's looking for some tips or don't really want to tackle the job, of course, everything's easier with a lift. I guess that's the only reason I really am tackling this is because I can have it up in the air like this. But yeah, take the cross member out. Oh, another thing. Just the bolts you see are not all the bolts that you need. Of course, I had to remove the starter and all that. So if you're familiar with these, the oil pan actually bolts to the transmission. Well, there's actually holes in the bottom of this that gets these last two bolts. They're actually two nuts that capture right there and right there. You can beat and bang and pry all day long, but you have to pull those nuts off or you're not getting the oil pan off either. So that's another little thing to, if you're figuring out, hey man, I can't get this daggum thing off, that's it. All right, man. Y'all guys have a good time. Hopefully I get this back together without any oil leaks.